I'm Rebecca. I work at the Miles Market and we've bought and sold over 3 billion miles at this point. So today I want to actually walk you through the real numbers: United, Delta, Emirates, American, Lufthansa, program by program, real 2026 valuations, no fluff. Quick thing before the numbers: miles get valued in cents per mile. So if something's worth 1.5 cents a mile, that means 100,000 miles is about $1,500. Easy enough. But here's the part people don't realize. The exact same mile can be worth wildly different amounts depending on how you actually use it. A United mile on a domestic economy seat could be around 1.2 cents. That same mile on a business class flight to Tokyo could be 4 cents, sometimes more. It's not some trick. That's genuinely just how award travel works. The people who really understand miles know this. Everyone else is just leaving money on the table without realizing it. Okay, let's go program by program. United MileagePlus, you're looking at 1.2 to 1.5 cents per mile. So 100,000 miles is roughly $1,200 to $1,500. Where United really shines is partner redemptions through Star Alliance, ANA, Air Canada, Lufthansa, Brussels Airlines, tons of others. Think business class to Japan or Lufthansa business over to Europe. Those can push you up to 3 cents a mile or more. The catch with United is dynamic pricing. There's no fixed award chart, so the value moves around and you kind of have to hunt for good dates. And if you're not planning to travel with them, you can just sell them for cash, which honestly is what we do all day. Delta, okay, I'll just be straight with you here. Delta SkyMiles sit around 1.1 to 1.2 cents per mile, which is the lowest of the 5 we're talking about today. That's because of dynamic pricing again, but with no published chart at all. So Delta can and does charge really different amounts for the exact same route depending on when you look. Sometimes you get lucky and find a great off-peak deal. Other times, the business class seat you want costs double what you expected. 100,000 Delta miles is roughly $1,100 to $1,200. It's not worthless, but it's not a program that rewards you for hoarding a big balance. And it's worth knowing if you've built up a lot of these. Now, Emirates. This one's actually really exciting. Emirates Sky averages out around 1 to 1.5 cents per mile. But that average is honestly a bit misleading because the ceiling here is insane. Emirates first class from New York to Dubai can cost $8,000 to $12,000 cash. As an award redemption, it can be as low as 85,000 miles. Do that math. You're talking 9 to 14 cents of value per mile. The catch is first class award space is limited, so you need to book early and stay flexible on dates. But if you've got a decent Skywards balance and can actually snag that seat, there's honestly no better premium redemption out there right now. Full stop. American AAdvantage is actually the strongest of the 3 big US programs right now, sitting around 1.6 cents per mile based on the PointsSky's latest June 2026 numbers. Why? Partner redemptions again: Japan Airline Business Class, Cathay Pacific, British Airways. 100,000 Advantage miles on a JAL flight to Tokyo can get you a seat that would cost $6,000 to $8,000 cash. That's 6 to 8 cents a mile, right up there with Emirates for premium travel. Americans honestly held its value better than both Delta and United lately, so if you're collecting across programs, this one's worth paying attention to. And then Lufthansa Miles More, 1 to 1.5 cents per mile on paper, similar to the others. But 2 things make this one different, and neither is great news. First, fuel surcharges. Lufthansa tax these onto award tickets, sometimes hundreds of dollars on top of the miles you're already spending. On some routes, that basically wipes out the savings compared to just buying a cheap cash ticket. Always check the total cost before you get excited. Second, expiry. Lufthansa miles expire after 36 months. No extensions for activity like some programs give you. Clock starts the day you earn them. So if you've got a big balance sitting there with no plan, I'd move on it sooner rather than later. Quick recap: American AAdvantage leads at around 1.6 cents. United's at 1.2 to 1.5. Emirates averages 1 to 1.5 but has that huge premium ceiling. Delta's the lowest at 1.1 to 1.2 and Lufthansa's 1 to 1.5 with that fuel surcharge catch. Now, all of that is redemption value. If you actually want to turn your miles into cash, the numbers work differently. And that's literally what we do at the miles market. We've processed over 3 billion miles for more than 50,000 people at this point. So if you want to know what your specific balance is actually worth, link is in the description. Takes under a minute to get a quote. And if this was helpful, subscribe. We do this kind of breakdown all the time. Mile valuations, reward strategy, all of it. Anyways, see you in the next one.